Now it's time to review the clay Paky Mythos.
Now, Jimmy, clay Paky calling a fixture Mythos, they're obviously going for legendary. Do you think they're even there?
Well, I'm not burdened with the benefits of a classical education, Jason, but I tell you what, this is a bloody good fixture.
It really, really is. I'm extremely impressed by how well they've gone here. So it's a 470 watt discharge lamp, and it can work as a beam, a spot, or a wash, and does all three really well.
Yeah, they don't technically call it a wash, but you know, we've got enough zoom range and a frost, you know, it's like, you'd be hard pressed to deny its capabilities as a wash.
Yeah, exactly. And so in spot mode, it goes from 4 degrees to 50. You put it in beam mode, and it goes down to 2.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got beam reducers. I think the cool thing about this is that you can actually, the focal point actually can be outside the fixture, so you can actually see, if you fire it through haze, you can see the beam goes narrow, crosses over, and then keeps going.
Yeah.
Which means you've got to be a little bit careful about what you pointed out nearby. But look, I think this is a wonderfully capable and certainly very flexible fixture. And the other nice thing that's not official, but you know, I've noticed, is there's not really anywhere for water to get in underneath it. So if you've got this outdoors on a festival, it's not IP rated. I'm not saying it's IP rated, but you know, if a little bit of rain falls on it, if a bit of light rain, until you can get up and bag them, you know, the fixture's probably not going to suffer in the same way as something that's got lots of vents underneath it.
Yeah, look, there's something about the design, the way that the casing, the yoke, it's all kind of a piece. It was a beautiful industrial design.
It looks exactly like a Super Sharpie.
Yeah, well, it might. But it's keeping, I think it's keeping the noise down as well. This is remarkably quiet for what it does.
Well, we should show the people how bright it is.
Yeah.
So that's at, well, that's just in profile mode. We can go to our wide beam, we can go to our very beamy mode, and we've got some colours there, and you can see we've got the studio pretty well lit up here, and there's still enough colour, enough output from this that you can see the colours quite distinctly. And we've got some gobos there. Now the other nice thing, I'll turn this off so you can rejoin the party here.
Thank you.
The other nice thing is the focus tracking with the zoom.
Yeah, that's really impressive.
So if you zoom, you know, you focus your gobo on a thing, then it doesn't matter if you zoom in or out, the gobo stays in focus, and that's really cool.
Yeah, it's really impressive.
Look, I think this is a wonderful fixture. I think to an extent this is, again, clay Paky showing off how good they are at optics.
Yeah,
and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, 160mm lens on the front, and there's some amazing things going on under the hood there.
And look, I mean, for what's inside there, we should talk about the features. There's a fixed gobo wheel, which is just one wheel with the gobos stamped into it. There's a 7-position rotating gobo wheel. You can't use that when you're in beam mode because the focal points just don't work, and the fixture knows that, so I just won't let you try. We've got CMY colour mixing, we've got CTO, it's a discharge lamp, so of course, you know, high colour temperature. Look, it's very quiet, it's got true 1 power connector, we've got 5-pin DMX in and through as well as Ethernet. Look, what's not to like?
Yeah, look,
you could light a show with a rig of just these.
Yes, and you could.
And you could do it effectively.
Yeah, it's a beautiful piece of equipment.
Yeah, top notch.